Stay with me because today's update goes far beyond a single news story. Iraq is entering another important phase in its financial transformation, and the developments unfolding this week could play a meaningful role in shaping the country's economic future. From digital banking to financial modernization, several reforms are gaining momentum, and many observers believe these changes deserve close attention. If you've been following Iraqi Dinar news, you already know that meaningful progress often happens through a series of smaller developments rather than one dramatic announcement. Each reform adds another piece to the bigger picture, and today's update highlights one of the most significant trends currently taking place: the rapid expansion of Iraq's digital banking system. This is about much more than technology. A modern banking system forms the backbone of a healthy economy. It creates trust between citizens and financial institutions, improves access to banking services, strengthens oversight, and helps connect individuals, businesses, and government agencies through a more efficient financial network. As internet connectivity improves and electronic banking services continue to expand, Iraq is laying the groundwork for a stronger and more modern financial system. Reliable digital infrastructure allows banks to process transactions more securely, businesses to operate more efficiently, and government institutions to deliver services with greater speed and accountability. These improvements may appear technical on the surface, but they have far-reaching economic implications. Better digital infrastructure supports faster payments, stronger financial security, and broader participation in the formal banking sector. Together, these changes can help create a more stable environment for long-term economic growth. That is why investors, economists, and market observers are paying such close attention. The focus is no longer limited to exchange rate discussions alone. Increasingly, attention is shifting toward the structural reforms that strengthen Iraq's financial foundation. Many believe that a modern banking system is an essential component of any sustainable economic strategy. One of the clearest signs of progress is Iraq's continued investment in expanding digital access across the country. While internet connectivity may seem unrelated to financial reform at first glance, it is actually one of the most important building blocks of a modern banking system. Without dependable digital infrastructure, banks cannot efficiently process transactions, safeguard customer information, or provide reliable online services. Businesses also depend on secure internet connections to issue invoices, receive payments, manage financial records, and communicate with customers. Government agencies require digital systems to process salaries, distribute benefits, and manage public services efficiently. In today's economy, reliable internet access has become an essential part of financial development. This is why Iraq's recent progress in expanding digital connectivity has attracted growing interest. Improved access allows more citizens, including those living in rural and underserved communities, to participate in the formal financial system for the first time. Greater inclusion means more people can open bank accounts, access digital payment services, and conduct secure financial transactions without relying entirely on cash. The expansion of digital banking represents more than technological progress. It creates new opportunities for economic participation, improves financial accessibility, and helps build a stronger, more connected economy. As these systems continue to develop, Iraq moves one step closer toward achieving its long-term financial modernization goals. Before we continue, it's important to keep one fact in mind. While these banking reforms are significant, no official announcement has been made by the Iraqi government or the Central Bank of Iraq regarding any revaluation of the Iraqi dinar or any change to the official exchange rate. These reforms should be viewed as part of Iraq's broader financial modernization efforts rather than confirmation of any future currency decision. Another major development attracting attention is Iraq's continued expansion of electronic payment systems. Over the past several years, government officials have repeatedly emphasized the importance of reducing dependence on cash and encouraging wider use of digital financial services. While this transition will not happen overnight, every new step strengthens the country's financial infrastructure. Cash-based economies often face challenges that digital systems can help address. Large volumes of physical currency are more difficult to monitor, transactions can take longer to process, and financial activity is less transparent. Electronic payments, on the other hand, create secure transaction records, improve efficiency, and make it easier for financial institutions to maintain proper oversight. As more citizens begin using debit cards, mobile banking applications, digital wallets, and electronic transfers, everyday financial activity becomes faster, safer, and more organized. These improvements benefit not only consumers, but also businesses that rely on reliable payment systems to serve customers and manage operations. Government agencies also stand to benefit from broader digital payment adoption. Salary distributions, pension payments, social assistance programs, and public sector transactions can all be processed more efficiently through secure electronic systems. This reduces delays, minimizes administrative costs, and improves financial accountability. One of the most important advantages of digital banking is transparency. Every electronic transaction creates a verifiable record, making it easier to monitor the movement of funds throughout the financial system. Although no system can eliminate every financial risk, stronger record-keeping makes it more difficult for improper transactions to remain hidden. For Iraq, where financial reform has remained a long-term national priority, improved transparency is considered a critical objective. Strengthening oversight helps increase confidence among international financial institutions, foreign investors, and global banking partners. Demonstrating that financial activity follows internationally accepted standards can improve Iraq's position within the global financial community. This is one reason why recent banking reforms are receiving so much attention. They are not simply introducing new technology, they are strengthening the integrity of Iraq's financial system. Greater compliance, improved monitoring, and expanded digital services all contribute to building a more modern banking environment. Many discussions surrounding the Iraqi dinar focus almost entirely on exchange rates. While exchange rate policy certainly remains important, it represents only one component of a much larger economic framework. A stable and trusted currency depends upon the strength of the financial institutions supporting it. When banks operate efficiently, payment systems function reliably, compliance standards improve, and public confidence grows, the overall financial environment becomes stronger. These structural improvements help create conditions that support sustainable economic development over the long term. It is important, however, to distinguish between structural reform and currency speculation. Banking modernization does not automatically indicate that an exchange rate adjustment is imminent. Instead, these reforms should be viewed as part of Iraq's ongoing effort to strengthen its financial institutions, improve economic governance, and modernize the country's banking sector. Another key objective receiving increased attention is financial inclusion. Despite significant progress in recent years, many Iraqis still have limited access to formal banking services. Expanding digital banking offers an opportunity to reach individuals and communities that have traditionally relied almost entirely on cash transactions. Greater financial inclusion allows more citizens to open bank accounts, receive wages electronically, save money securely, apply for financial services, and participate more fully in the national economy. Small businesses also benefit from improved access to payment solutions, financing opportunities, and digital financial tools that support growth and expansion. As banking services become more accessible across both urban and rural areas, Iraq's economy becomes increasingly connected. Wider participation strengthens domestic commerce, supports entrepreneurship, and encourages broader economic activity throughout the country. These developments illustrate why digital banking has become one of the central pillars of Iraq's broader modernization strategy. Rather than representing a single isolated reform, it supports multiple national objectives simultaneously, including economic inclusion, financial transparency, institutional efficiency, and sustainable long-term growth. As always, it remains important to separate confirmed developments from speculation. As of this update, neither the Central Bank of Iraq nor the Iraqi government has announced any official revaluation of the Iraqi dinar or any change to the official exchange rate. Current banking reforms reflect ongoing modernization efforts and should not be interpreted as confirmation of future currency decisions unless such announcements are made through official government or central bank channels. Another important aspect of Iraq's financial transformation is the country's ongoing effort to reduce its dependence on cash in everyday transactions. Across many developing economies, Governments have recognized that excessive reliance on physical currency can limit efficiency, reduce transparency, and slow financial development. Iraq appears to be moving in the same direction by encouraging wider adoption of digital payment methods. When people rely primarily on cash, financial activity often remains fragmented. Transactions can be difficult to document. Businesses may face higher operating costs, and consumers have fewer secure payment options. Digital payments help solve many of these challenges by allowing money to move more quickly, safely, and efficiently through regulated financial channels. This transition benefits both individuals and businesses. Consumers gain access to convenient payment methods that reduce the need to carry large amounts of cash, while merchants can process transactions more securely and maintain better financial records. Over time, these improvements contribute to a more organized and efficient marketplace. A broader digital payment network may also encourage greater use of Iraq's domestic banking system. As more people conduct everyday transactions through licensed financial institutions, banking activity becomes increasingly integrated into the national economy. This strengthens the financial sector while supporting the government's long-term modernization objectives. Another closely watched area involves leadership and institutional reform within Iraq's financial sector. Leadership changes often receive considerable attention because they can influence the pace and direction of policy implementation. Officials responsible for banking supervision, regulatory compliance, and financial oversight play an important role in guiding the country's modernization efforts. Strong leadership can help improve anti-money laundering compliance, strengthen banking regulations, enhance supervisory practices, and increase cooperation with international financial organizations. These institutional improvements may not generate dramatic headlines, but they often have lasting effects on the stability and credibility of a country's financial system. Investors frequently monitor these developments because confidence in a nation's banking sector depends not only on economic performance, but also on effective governance. Clear regulations, consistent oversight, and transparent financial policies contribute to a stronger investment climate over time. Much of the discussion surrounding Iraq today centers on the country's long-term economic direction rather than short-term events. For years, maintaining monetary stability has remained one of the central bank's primary objectives. Stability itself is an important achievement because it provides the foundation upon which broader financial reforms can be built. The next stage naturally focuses on modernization. That includes expanding financial services, strengthening banking institutions, improving payment systems, increasing public confidence, and creating an environment that supports sustainable economic growth. These goals require steady progress rather than sudden changes. Many analysts believe Iraq has gradually shifted from concentrating solely on financial stability toward implementing reforms that improve the overall efficiency of the banking sector. Digital banking, electronic payments, regulatory improvements, and broader financial inclusion all fit within this larger modernization strategy. Government payment systems also represent a significant part of this transition. Processing salaries, pensions, social benefits, and other public payments through secure electronic platforms can improve efficiency while reducing administrative burdens. Digital payment systems also help create accurate financial records, making public sector transactions easier to manage and audit. For citizens, these improvements may translate into faster payments, greater convenience, and easier access to financial services. For government institutions, digital systems provide better oversight, stronger accountability, and more effective management of public funds. One of the most encouraging aspects of these reforms is their potential to reach communities that have historically had limited banking access. Expanding digital services into rural areas allows more people to participate in the formal financial system without needing to travel long distances to reach traditional bank branches. Mobile banking applications, electronic payment platforms, and digital wallets can help bridge that gap by bringing financial services directly to individuals and small businesses across the country. Increased accessibility supports local commerce, encourages entrepreneurship, and helps integrate more communities into Iraq's broader economy. Taken together, these developments suggest that Iraq continues building the infrastructure needed for a more modern financial system. They represent gradual but meaningful progress rather than isolated announcements. Each improvement strengthens another part of the country's financial foundation. At the same time, it remains essential to distinguish confirmed reforms from speculation. As of the time of this update, no official announcement has been issued by the Central Bank of Iraq or the Iraqi government regarding any revaluation of the Iraqi dinar or any change to the official exchange rate. While ongoing reforms may strengthen Iraq's long-term financial outlook, any future currency policy decisions would be communicated only through official government and central bank channels.